Once upon a time, in the beautiful kingdom of Willowdale, nestled between misty mountains and emerald forests, there lived a curious young princess named Emma. She had bright green eyes that sparkled with wonder, golden hair that danced in the breeze, and a heart full of kindness. Princess Emma loved exploring the castle gardens, reading books about faraway lands, and asking questions about everything she saw. However, there was one thing that everyone in Willowdale feared more than anything else: dragons.
The great dragon descended, its shadow covering the entire village in darkness.
For generations, the people had been told terrifying stories about these fierce creatures. They believed dragons were dangerous monsters who breathed fire, destroyed villages, and stole treasure. Giant stone walls surrounded the kingdom to keep the dragons away, and guards stood watch day and night.
Never go near a dragon. They are our enemies and will harm you.
Princess Emma had never actually seen a dragon, but the stories frightened her, and she trusted her father's words. One sunny afternoon, while Emma was playing near the edge of the royal forest, she heard a strange, soft, crying sound. It was different from any animal she had ever heard before, a mixture of a whimper and a gentle chirp. Her curiosity overcame her caution, and she followed the sound deeper into the trees. Behind a large oak tree hidden among the bushes, Emma discovered something that made her gasp. There, tangled in a hunter's net, was a baby dragon no bigger than a large puppy. Its scales shimmered like emeralds in the sunlight, and its wings were torn and bleeding. The little dragon looked up at Emma with big golden eyes filled with pain and fear. Emma's first instinct was to run away, remembering all the frightening stories. But as she looked into those sad, pleading eyes, she saw something unexpected. The baby dragon wasn't scary at all. It was hurt, alone, and terrified, just like any other frightened animal would be.
Don't worry, little one. I won't hurt you.
Carefully, Princess Emma untangled the net from the dragon's small body. The baby dragon whimpered as she gently touched its injured wing. Emma knew she couldn't tell anyone about her discovery. They would never understand. So she made a secret decision. She would help this creature, no matter what anyone said. Every day after her lessons, Emma would sneak away to the forest with food, water, and bandages she had taken from the castle's medical supplies. She cleaned the dragon's wounds and spoke to it in a gentle, soothing voice. At first, the baby dragon was nervous and would hide when Emma approached, but gradually it began to trust her. Emma named the little dragon Spark because of the tiny puffs of smoke that sometimes came from its nose when it was happy. As the days passed, Spark's wings healed, and a beautiful friendship blossomed between the unlikely pair. Emma discovered that dragons weren't evil at all. They were intelligent, playful, and loyal. Spark would nuzzle against her hand, chase butterflies, and make adorable chirping sounds that made Emma laugh.
Why does everyone think dragons are monsters?
Emma wondered aloud one day as Spark curled up beside her.
You're the sweetest friend I have ever had.
Weeks went by, and Spark grew stronger and bigger. Emma knew that soon her friend would need to return to its family, wherever they were. The thought made her sad, but she wanted what was best for Spark. One dark and stormy evening, everything changed. Emma was in her tower room and she heard the castle alarm bells ringing frantically. She rushed to her window and saw something terrible. A band of dangerous raiders from the northern wastelands was attacking Willowdale. These ruthless warriors had broken through the kingdom's defenses and were charging toward the castle with weapons and fire. The royal guards fought bravely, but they were outnumbered.
The perimeter is breached.
How long can the barrier hold?
The king and queen were in danger, and the entire kingdom faced destruction. Emma's heart pounded with fear. What could she do? She was just a young princess with no army and no weapons. Then suddenly, Emma heard a familiar sound, a gentle chirping that had grown into a deeper, melodic call. She looked up at the darkening sky and saw something that took her breath away. Spark had returned, and this time the young dragon wasn't alone. Flying beside Spark were dozens of magnificent dragons of all sizes and colours: emerald green, sapphire blue, ruby red, and golden amber. Their scales glittered even in the stormy darkness, and their powerful wings created gusts of wind that bent the trees below. The dragons swooped down over the castle, but they didn't attack the kingdom. Instead, they positioned themselves between the raiders and the castle walls. Spark flew directly to Emma's tower window, hovering in the air and looking at her with those same kind golden eyes she remembered.
Spark! You came back!
The dragons unleashed their fire, not at the kingdom,
Direct the fire! Control the streams! Keep back!
but at the raiders' weapons, melting their swords and shields. The attackers, terrified by the dragon's power and numbers, dropped their remaining weapons and fled back toward the wastelands, never to return.
The battle is lost! Retreat! Faster! Into the dark!
The people of Willowdale stood in stunned silence as the dragons landed gently in the castle courtyard. The king and queen rushed out, weapons ready. But Princess Emma ran forward and threw her arms around Spark's neck.
Stop! Please, don't hurt them! The dragons saved us! They're not our enemies! They're our friends!
The king and queen stared in disbelief as Emma told them the whole story. How she had found Spark injured in the forest. How she had cared for the baby dragon. And how a beautiful friendship had grown between them. The largest dragon, with scales of deep sapphire blue and wise, ancient eyes, stepped forward. To everyone's amazement, The dragon bowed its great head to the king and queen in a gesture of respect and peace. A royal dragon keeper, who was very old and had studied ancient texts, stepped forward.
Your Majesties, I have read about this in the oldest books.
Long ago, before fear divided us, humans and dragons lived in harmony.
Dragons are noble creatures who value loyalty, courage, and kindness. They only became our enemies because we attacked them first, out of fear and misunderstanding.
The king looked at the dragons, then at his brave daughter. And finally at his kingdom that had just been saved by the very creatures they had feared for so long. Tears filled his eyes as he realized the terrible mistake their ancestors had made.
We have been wrong.
The king announced to all the people gathered in the courtyard.
We judged these magnificent creatures without ever knowing them.
We let fear and old stories blind us to the truth.
Today, my daughter has taught us all a valuable lesson.
That true friendship can exist between anyone, no matter how different they may seem.
From that day forward, everything changed in Willowdale. The stone walls that separated the kingdom from the dragons were torn down. Dragons and humans began to work together, learn from each other, and build a new friendship based on understanding and respect. The dragons helped protect the kingdom, and in return, the humans shared their knowledge and resources. Princess Emma became known throughout the land as Emma the Wise, the princess who had the courage to look beyond appearances and the kindness to help someone in need, even when everyone else said it was wrong. Spark remained her dearest friend, and together they proved that friendship knows no boundaries. And so, the kingdom of Willowdale learned the most important lesson of all. Never judge someone by how they look or by stories others tell. True character is found in the heart, and the most unexpected friendships can become the most wonderful treasures of all.